Korea has some of the most viral foods on the internet. But are they actually worth the hype? Today, we're diving into South Korea's most talked about foods.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
From the spicy tteokbokki,
Ooh.
to sweet rice donuts, crispy Korean coin bread,
Very weird.
and even the dangerously addictive tanghulu.
Ugh.
And of course, we are washing it all down with soju. Because what's a Korean food tour without it? Will these dishes live up to the hype? Let's find out.
If you watched our video yesterday, I made a really bold claim that South Korea has some of the best quality food. Pretty sure I put it in the top 3 of all time of places we've been, which is a massive claim. So today we are putting that to the test and trying all the different foods that the internet told us that we needed to try. Ultimately, we'll determine whether it is third, or maybe it's second, maybe it's first.
So we scoured the internet to find out all of the top dishes that we have to try while we're in South Korea, and to start the day we have come to the Gwangjang market. I think that's how you pronounce it, and my first impressions is we should be able to get a lot of them here. This is so much fun. It is huge and like gridlock of all these different stalls. There are hundreds, if not thousands of stalls, and all out the front they have these little bench seats that you can just sit and enjoy your meal. And I've already seen the first thing on our list.
We made a list. Normally we like to have a physical list, but it's too cold. We don't want to keep having our hands out. We have them enough out with the camera, so
True.
I think the first thing we're going to find, or that we have found, is rice cakes.
Yeah, it should warm us up a lot.
Yeah.
Slide on in. Thank you, 감사합니다. Rice cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki. So, these are rice cakes apparently.
Or tteokbokki.
Yes, when we sat down we were told the real way to say it, and I was like, tteokbokki, and she was like, calm down. Tteokbokki.
No?
tteokbokki. Casual.
Tteokbokki. Yes, okay. Tteokbokki.
It seems like every single stall here sells them. It is these little puffy things in like a red sauce, and she scooped it out and then topped it with what looks like sesame seeds. My mouth is drooling. This whole dish was only 4,000 won. It's like $4.
Yeah. Apparently, originally it was mixed with vegetables and beef and things like that, but these days it's just in a spicy and sweet red sauce, and it's everywhere, and it's meant to be one of the most loved street foods.
Oh wow. I'm gonna try one that's covered in sesame seeds. They seem really hot, but I also just think it's the temperature difference from the pot to the outside. Ooh. Yum. Oh my gosh. It's such an interesting chewy texture, like the little puff thing. Super filling, and then the sauce is almost more like a glaze. Like it is thick and sticky. Sweet, salty, and just a tiny bit spicy. Yum. Plus with the sesame seeds on top, forget about it. I get why this is so popular. Oh, what a way to start. You better get in here, otherwise I'm gonna eat them all.
Take both gloves off, best practice.
I'm gonna have another one.
Yum.
All of that suspense for yum.
I had so many thoughts going through my head trying to describe it. They're like little soft pillows of rice, but it's almost like fun to eat because of the texture. That's kind of weird, but and then it's got a little bit of spice, bit of tang. What more do you need?
Really good. 감사합니다. Bye. Thank you so much. Off to a great start, but now it's time for some pancakes. that this is one of the oldest traditional markets in Korea, and the thing that it's most famous for is what we're seeing everywhere, a mung bean pancake. Hello. Can we get one? Yeah, mung bean, please. Wow.
Thank you.
Kamsahamnida. I would say every second stall is selling some version of these. We honestly didn't do any research about it because we didn't plan on trying it, but with that many stalls selling it, we couldn't say no. We came to this one. She seemed really nice. They all have these huge vats of oil out the front, just frying them up, and stacks of them on the side already cooked. They put it in a little cup to make it to go. Cheers. Oh. I like that. Crispy and oily, potatoey. I don't know what the mung bean is or where the mung bean is. I like it.
Like I said, we literally know nothing about this, but it looks like she's making one now with bacon and cheese.
It looks like she was on a Netflix show.
What?
See all those signs?
All right.
Oh, I like it. Yum, 2 for 2.
We walked around the market finishing those pancakes. Apparently, the second half of the market turns into more textiles and clothes, which we didn't know.
So if you enter and you're surrounded by fabric and you're confused, just keep walking.
Just keep going. Yeah. But the next food is probably one I'm most excited for.
Dessert.
She's busy today.
It is intense in here. Whoa. This is crazy. This is the longest line we have seen in this entire market. It is for a rice donut. What is it with us and waiting in lines for donuts?
Truth be told, we came across this the other day when we were in the market, and the line was long, but not this long, and we had to get it. And then in our research, we figured out that this donut, the twisted donut made from like a rice dough, is actually a traditional food. So it was the first thing on the list of things we were trying today. So I am absolutely biased towards it already, but really high expectations, and I think it's going to live up to it. The line's so long, there's a break so people can walk. That's the line.
Or did he just cut in? Did this guy cut in? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be annoyed if I was the people in the back of the line watching him cut in. Can I have money?
I'm excited for line monitors in Japan.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like an Australian thing or just an us thing, but me in particular, such a line person, a line follower, a rule follower.
Yeah.
So when someone else doesn't do it, I'm like...
Might get the whole process.
Yeah. The fresh ones. How'd we get so lucky? Not gonna lie, that was a bit intense. Cheers. Oh, did someone maybe have a bite? These came out fresh.
Looks so good.
I don't know how rice is involved in this, but it tastes like a regular cinnamon donut. We were standing there for quite a while because they were waiting for some fresh ones to be cooked, and he brought this huge slab of dough over, and it honestly looked like sourdough. Plus, watching them twist it is such a skill. They do it so quickly, I don't know how. All right.
So that is apparently a really famous dumpling place. Netflix was here, one of the other places Netflix was, and people were there with a massive camera filming it again, so maybe Netflix round 2, who knows?
We are leaving that market. 3 foods, they were all amazing, but now it's time to head to Myeongdong area, and hopefully they'll be starting to set up the food carts.
Should be about a 20-minute walk from here, which is perfect because it lets us digest and we get to walk along the river.
Wow.
So the canal is completely see-through, but you can see these monstrous fish just sitting there in the middle.
They're huge.
Okay, we messed up. We had this big food tour plan and we were going to come to the Myeongdong market, which is where we are now, and try the rest of them because there's a big list. But this market doesn't open for another 3 hours and we're not keen to wait around. So instead,
We are going to Busan.
and an hour flight later, and we've made it to Busan.
We are already in love with it here. It is a solid 10 degrees hotter. We have gone from wearing thermals and I think 3 pairs of pants to now I could take my jumper off and be quite comfortable.
It's actually 16 degrees hotter. It's very, very different.
It's so nice.
But the mission remains the same. We've seen so many different food places as we've been walking around. We know there's markets that open at night time, but we're going to try and eat at least a couple of those things right now.
Woo. Okay, we don't know what this is, but it looks like a market. I can't tell if it's food, but I'm hopeful. It's like a Christmas jumper. Fun, old-fashioned family Christmas.
All the food stands are conveniently numbered. Like they go from 65, we're down to like 60 here, so you can tell who's who, what's what, and how much you're paying for it. There is, I'm pretty sure, one woman selling the rice cakes that we got in Seoul. Tteokbokki. Yep, okay. But it's so saucy that everyone has to stand around her store with cardboard on the floor because it just drips this red sauce, and I guess they don't want to stain the ground, which makes a lot of sense.
Let's keep going.
All right, let's find some dumplings.
We came to stall number 62 and the sweet little lady helped us. She asked if we wanted pancake, but I pointed to the dumplings and we got a mix of the 2 different types of dumplings that she serves. I have no idea how much this costs, but basically it's this little stall in the middle of the street with a griddle and she puts them on to freshen them up and make them all crispy. And then one thing we've noticed in South Korea at the markets is they use proper plates but cover them in plastic so that there's no washing up. So we have a plate of 6 and there's some sauces on the side. So we've just doused it in a soy sauce looking thing that is full of onions and sesame seeds. I don't know what that is, it's really good. I honestly have no idea. Let me try the other one. Seems very similar. Nice and oily, but that sauce on top with the sesame seeds really makes it yum.
So this was on our list, our digital list, as mandu, which is meant to be like a Korean type of dumpling. We have absolutely no idea if this qualifies or what the difference is between a regular Chinese dumpling and a Korean dumpling, but it definitely seems different to me. It looks like there's like noodles in that one.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we've been in Asia for so long and we've learned how to use chopsticks, because otherwise this would be sliding everywhere.
Dumplings are one of our favourite foods no matter where we are. And they're all pretty similar in my opinion, unless they're like outstanding. These are good quality, it's the sauce that really makes them. Kamsahamnida, bye bye. Nice.
How much?
4,000, so what, $4-ish? Yeah.
Or $5.
Not bad. This market is, oh my shoe! Awesome. We didn't really know what to expect, and I don't know whether it's this hectic because it's a weekend. Turns out the market we were looking for is more of a kitchenware, hoses, tapware, house appliances kind of market. What we're looking for is food, so we're going to head to one of the main pedestrian streets here in Busan. Down it. be honest, I have no idea what street we're on at the moment, but it is full of the same markets, but they all have little chairs and you can sit down on the street. So far, everything I've seen looks like something we've either had before or I don't understand / know what it is. It also smells like there's a lot of seafood, which makes sense because we're right on the water here in Busan, so I think there is a lot of seafood in the diet and the culture here. But I hope we come across something we want to eat. I love this. I don't know if we just have gotten lucky because it's Sunday. I'm so grateful that we're here while this is all open and on. It really, really feels like Busan is full of older people who just could fix any of your problems. You're hungry, here's a home-cooked meal. Something's broken at your house, I'll come over and fix it.
Leaky tap, let me redecorate your whole bathroom.
You want to cuddle a fluffy dog? I've got mine right here.
Very nice people.
Really nice people.
Very good smelling food.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we must be staying in a really good place because every street we go down is like more food, more interesting things. And we're right near our hotel.
We keep angling to go back to our hotel because right next door there is a noodle place that says it's its own marketing, but it says it's really popular and home to like delicious noodles.
It says it's traditional, which is why.
And we keep being like, oh, let's just go back, we'll get noodles from there. And every street we walk down is full of red and yellow umbrellas and more people cooking food. I love it here. I can't believe we timed this up so well.
We found the longest line, so we're here.
Originated in China, was first brought to Korea during the 19th century.
These have been on our list for a while. All we really know is it's like a filled pancake. There it is, some of this coin. So I had a sneaking suspicion. It's 2000? I had a sneaking suspicion that the things we got in the market at the last place
Oh, money!
were these, but they were like those potato patties. So very confusing. I just see like flattened pancake thing and I assume they're all the same, but very different.
This is so cool. So at the stall, the line has gotten huge behind us. I thought it was big enough when we joined. But the entire time we have been here, there has been one person taking the orders, a separate person making them. So picking up the dough, putting it into like a bowl and then stuffing it with what looks like cinnamon sugar. Then they chuck it on a griddle that is filled with oil and a separate person is cooking them. Then there's a fourth person that has constantly been cutting them open and filling them full of like seeds or something. Everyone is working so hard and yet there is such a long line. Samida, thank you. Yes! Do you want to see it? Oh, it smells so nutty and delicious.
It smells like peanut butter.
I know that this was an accident that we're filming a food tour in Busan.
In two different places. Yeah, we did not intend this at all.
But it has worked out so incredibly well.
I can't believe how much there is here.
Okay. It smells like peanut butter. It is full of seeds. I think almonds. It looks like sunflower seeds maybe.
Yeah.
And then there's some sort of caramel, syrupy looking thing. Wow.
Ooh. Wow good? Wow bad. You got nut on your face. Sounds so gross.
It's like a sweet treat, but it's not overly sweet. The dough
I love it.
is delicious. And then the syrup is all that's sweet. And the nuttiness, it kind of tastes like peanut butter from those peanuts. It's like, I read their sign, again, sucker for marketing, but their sign said it's the most popular street snack in Korea, and I can see why. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
Worth it.
Why is that so good?
Quick on?
Yeah. Have another bite. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what these ladies are, but I'm assuming they're telling your fortune. Yeah, that looks like tarot cards. Is that what they're called? And they flip them? This just keeps going. Just when I think we've made it to the end and we're about to be finished. 5 offshoots.
Emily has made a very good observation. Everything seems to be pancakes in Korea. This is our third pancake style thing. Apparently, this was like a TikTok kind of sensation, a 10 won coin. It's like a cheese toasty. It's got cheese and condensed milk on it for 3,000 won. But the Bank of Korea was like trying to trademark what the 10 won design is. And so there was a big kerfuffle about it, and I think it made its kind of legacy bigger. But anyway, it is essentially cheese and condensed milk flattened between dough.
Do you want me to try it first?
I do not.
You're gonna do a slow pull for the cheese.
Very weird. I'll say the dough maybe isn't the right dough to use. It feels like there's a battle going on in my mouth between savoury and sweet. I don't know. You try it, you can describe better. Whoa. Why did yours work so well?
The dough is definitely a sweet pastry. Add in the condensed milk and then cheese. To my Western mouth, it feels like two different things colliding, not dancing together. But I think you're more getting this for like the cheese pull and the photo, not necessarily because it's a delicious treat, if that makes sense. I like the cheese pull though. Can you get it for Instagram? I love that we said it wasn't necessarily for us and now we're devouring it.
It's like that weird taste that makes you want more. You know that taste. At first you're like, I don't know, but then you're like, probably get more of that. It's like a gross tongue. There's a bunch of different desserts here that I really want to try, like 30 centimeter ice cream. I don't know if we'll get that.
Yeah.
But there's like a marshmallow thing and a famous fruit thing, which I think was also quite viral.
Yeah.
But first we need to get some chicken.
I thought we were getting noodles.
We'll decide on the way.
Okay.
So we went back to the noodle place.
It looked really good, but the thing that we were interested by from their signs is only served in summer, I believe.
Yeah, we panicked a little bit. And the chicken place that I saw, it's got that, it's called tteokbokki, I believe, and it's like a spicy chicken. It was a bit too expensive for us, so...
We're going back to the street food, baby.
Back to the street food.
Just one vanilla, please.
Vanilla.
Thank you. 감사합니다. Whoa. Whew. Truthfully, this isn't the dessert that we were after most, but there's no one manning the stall currently that we're waiting for. So we saw these, and I haven't seen them. I think the first time we saw them was in Malaysia. It is ice cream coated in marshmallow and then roasted. And I wish you could smell this because it smells like a campfire. Yum. Gotta be quick, otherwise the ice cream's gonna melt. Oh my goodness.
Good?
Sugar overload in the best way possible. The outside has obviously gotten all caramelized and crispy. Yum. And the ice cream is like frozen solid.
My turn. I like it. It's quite weird. You're right, and I'm just like being sugar overload, and it seems like it's like crushed up Oreos or something, that like chocolate layer. We walked past this a couple of times and it became really difficult to say no. It's so cool to actually watch him make it. Like, he's got the flamethrower torch all around it and it heats up the outside so much, but yet keeps the inside freezing and proper solid. Everything considered, it tastes delicious, and I feel like I just saw our lady for our next
over
food.
There. Just hanging out with her friend.
She's running away. We'll get her in a sec.
It's hard to beat sugar covered in cookie, covered in marshmallow. For a dessert, I just don't know if it gets better than that.
Yeah, sugar covered in sugar covered in sugar.
Can we get one of the strawberry? Thank you. 감사합니다. Thank you. There's another $5. Jeez.
Wow.
We are out of money, by the way. I got rid of 90% of your coins just then. I don't know how to say hello, so I was just saying like, thank you, until I got her attention. So this is sugared strawberries. I don't know how to pronounce the actual name of them. It is this. From what Jordan has told me, this became really popular back in China during one of the dynasties. The favorite concubine of the emperor at the time was ill, and someone told her that she should eat brown sugared soaked hawthorn fruit. She should eat it every day for 2 weeks. After doing that, miraculously, she was better. So it just became super popular because it saved the favorite concubine. It just honestly looks like sugared fruit. I feel like it's a bit of a cheat to be like, you get so many strawberries, sneaky tomato down at the bottom. She has this huge pot of boiling sugar that I assume she just dunks them in. Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
I get it.
Do you feel healthy?
So healthy. I feel like when she must dunk them in, the strawberries also soaked up all of the sugar. So that is unbelievably sweet, but still with that tartness from a strawberry coming through, but it's not cutting through as much as you think it would. That is just a sugar treat. That is such a good idea though. It's like a caramel apple, but sugared strawberries.
So, made famous in China, but then pretty much in the last couple of years it came over to South Korea and exploded again because of like TikTok, and all the kids loved it. Apparently the stat was it was the most searched food item for Gen Z and millennials in the first 6 months of 2021 or something like that. It's very like, there's a lot of qualifiers, but it's popular. Oh wow.
It was just sugar.
Yeah. Let me try some actual strawberry. That was really nice. I don't like my sugar too hard apparently, because it doesn't work well in my teeth. Like it's getting really stuck in there.
So I'll have it then.
But the fruit flavor itself is really good. So good that I'm gonna finish this.
Oh. I don't really like it, but I don't want Emily to have it. You can have the tomato if you want. I feel like I want to have the tomato now. Because who would want to end on that? Ugh.
Is it actually a tomato? Mm-hmm. Why in the world?
That is the last food we're trying at this food market, but there is one drink we need to try. We just picked this up from 7-Eleven. We genuinely went to 2 different convenience stores because we saw it in the first one and we're like, oh, that's like $2. That can't be, we must be reading the language wrong or translating it wrong because 16% for $2 doesn't seem right to us. But no, this is soju and it's 16% alcohol and it costs $2 from 7-Eleven.
Which, if you're Australian, is just unheard of.
Yeah. I don't know if you're allowed to drink on the street here, but...
Oh, breaking the rules maybe. Doesn't taste much like alcohol at all.
Soju is such a smooth alcohol.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Like it doesn't burn, it doesn't sting. Crazy.
I think it's a great way to finish our food tour.
I know, I have absolutely loved Korean food and Korea as a whole.
Who would have thought we finished in Busan when we started in Seoul? But it's been epic, and I do think Korea takes its place on my list as the 3rd best place in the world that we visited for food quality.
Wow. I think it might nab 2nd for me. I am a sucker for recency bias though.
Yeah, true. I'm surprised that's not 1st, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just hard to take Australia off of the top.
Anyway, what an end. What an end to Korea. Next.
Tomorrow we're going to Japan.